Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to a TV review. Yay! Seeing as the pistol one did so well. Funny that. Normally when I do TV reviews I get zero responses, but this time we're talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah, this has been on the Disney Channel, whatever it's called. Is it Disney Plus? 6 episodes, directed by Deborah Chow. Yeah, it's been an interesting one. There will be spoilers. Spoilers? Yeah, because I'm going to talk about bits. 6 episodes. I was reading, some people they didn't like it. They didn't enjoy it because of certain things, certain plot points and the way they did certain aspects of it. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was, of all the Star Wars things that they've done, I thought it was the most consistent. I thought it's even better than The Mandalorian, And I like The Mandalorian a lot. I think the Mandalorian is the high watermark. But when bringing back an established character, I think it really did just. I know it played into a lot of fan service, but in a good way, Again, if you're a sort of a certain vintage like me, and Star Wars was a thing when you were a kid, you often imagined what happened between old Ben Kenobi and Darth Vader before the events of Star Wars. Now we saw a bit of that in the prequel movies. I didn't have an issue with them. I enjoyed them. I didn't enjoy Attack of the Clones. I thought that was a bit of a waste of time. But I think out of the 3 films, there's probably 2 good films. Maybe they could edit, really 2 good films in it. I thought, again, George Lucas made some interesting world-building decisions. He wanted to, always create new things. And that's what you got with George Lucas. Now, with this, you didn't necessarily get new things. We got more old things. And relying on characters that were established in, other bits of Star Wars media, like the Grand Inquisitor turns up. So that would have made a lot of people happy. I think they were complaining about the look of him, but you've got to remember he was a cartoon character before. But yeah, to get back to the plot of it follows on. I think it's like 10 years after Revenge of the Sith, and Obi-Wan is doing his weird old man routine, spying on Luke. And so what's gonna pull him out of retirement or being a recluse is a call to aid Princess Leia, who's been kidnapped. You see, it's like poetry. Because he goes to her aid, when 10 years on. You see, poetry. It's like George would have loved it, and so he goes to rescue her. But it's all a plot to draw him out. The story is a little bit convoluted. There's a little bit of shenanigans going on because we're introduced to Reva Savanda, who plays third sister. That's the character name, but she's played by Moses Ingram. They've got 2 names: Reva Savanda, third sister. And she is a Sith master who's out for revenge. Like I said, there will be plot. Again, the way she behaves, there are certain things she does that at the beginning you go, why is she doing this? Why is she doing this? And then it becomes apparent later on in the show that she's doing it because she has an ulterior motive. And it's her that draws out Ben Kenobi from his exile. Because he is meant to be bait. Not really sure. Again, there's some, but you go with it. A lot of goodwill in it. Really, you're watching it for Ewan McGregor because he gets the chance to revisit a character and have a lot of fun with it. And we get all. He does all the things. He does the thing. And I just wish he'd just said these aren't the droids you're looking for. Then I would have whooped. But you're watching it for Ewan McGregor because it's his charisma and his acting that really pulls it through. And again, Hayden Christensen, he's been brought back to the fold, and again he's got the harder job because he's Darth Vader, and he doesn't have the presence of Dave Prowse. You know, you can tell it's a different fella in the suit. You know, he didn't need to be there. And the voice is voiced by James Earl Jones, but there's some sort of debate whether or not that was like an AI version of him, you know, because, you know, James Earl Jones is knocking on a bit, but he is credited, you know, for doing the voice. So who knows? Maybe we'll find out in the making of show. So yeah, we travel from Tatooine back around, you know, looking for Leia. We're introduced to little Leia, as I call her, who's got a delightful little floaty droid called Lola, which is 90 quid if you want to get that one for Christmas. And I thought she was great. I liked her. You know, and again, I think a lot of people don't like the idea of, oh no, there's kids in Star Wars, but you've got to remember that Star Wars was a kids' film to begin with, and you know, watching it with my kids, you know, I asked them about it because I always take my cue from them. They thought she was really great in the role too, so, you know, they didn't find her irritating or anything. And I think if Carrie Fisher was alive, she'd have really enjoyed the little girl's performance. Vivian Lyra Blair, she's really great in it. I thought she was great. So we have this kind of long, convoluted story split over 6 episodes, but it wasn't long really, because unlike some of these Disney Marvel shows, there's usually like one episode where the plot just has nothing to do. You got it with Loki. We've had it a lot with was it Winter Soldier? You know, because me and the family have watched all of these things, and you had it a lot with the awful Book of Boba Fett. I mean, again, the only show where the star of the show is to play second fiddle to a character that was created to replace him. You know, that was just awful. Some retconning bullshit in that show. But this was fun, and it built up to the climactic battle that you've waited for. And we also see a transformation. There is a journey, because Obi-Wan is in a similar place to where Luke is in The Last Jedi, in that he's kind of, you know, he's bereft because he sees that the Jedis have been defeated, slaughtered. He's got more reason to be depressed than I'd say Luke Skywalker has in Last Jedi. So he goes on a journey. He can't contact his master Qui-Gon Jinn. He feels alone, and he hasn't used his lightsaber. He has to go and dig his lightsaber up and retrieve that, you know, before he can go on his adventure. Again, very Arthurian, you know, Excalibur and everything. You need the magic weapon, and he goes on a journey of growth. There is character growth in this. He regains his faith and he regains his ability, but he's also broken too, because in the final episode, because again there's 2 main face-offs with him and Darth Vader. The first time he comes out of it pretty badly because he's not prepared. He's just completely not mentally ready, and he gets his ass kicked and slightly fried. But towards the end, there's the second battle, and by this time he has, you know, reconvened with the Force, and he's, you know, restored. And it's the battle we've always wanted. We wanted to see this, and they're equals again, and he inflicts damage. But we see the moment where his heart is broken. The final words where Anakin says, "You know, don't see this as your failure. You know, I killed Anakin. Yeah, I killed him myself." And that moment, it was like, yeah, it got you, because you see the reaction. Again, Ewan McGregor does a lot of the work in this. It's all in his face. Again, he's, you know, I know it's only Star Wars, but he's very good in Fargo a few years ago when he played twins. I think, again, he's a very underrated actor, and I've been following his career since a Dennis Potter play, Lipstick on Your Collar, which came out before Trainspotting, and I always knew he'd go on to great things. He was my Adam Driver. I always get his name wrong. Back in the 90s. So yeah, it was emotional. It was a bit of an emotional finale. Even the bit when, you know, Qui-Gon finally shows up. Yeah, they got Liam Neeson. he was obviously out. The rest of the show, he's probably busy looking for people, because they get taken. But he had a certain set of skills. He came back, and yeah, it resolves itself nicely. And I got a little bit emotional. It really got me in the feels department. I thought, oh God, this was because there was an emotional journey and emotional growth, and we saw Ben, move from one spot to another. From being broken to being restored. The funny thing is, all this time, Yoda's on Dagobah, just catching flies. He's just chilling, whereas poor Obi-Wan's running away from Darth Vader and the Grand Inquisitor and Reva, for his life. Everyone wants Ben, but we enjoyed it. The episodes run from 36 to 53 minutes, so and I think that the show did go fast. My only criticism is sometimes there's a lot of darkness. There's a lot of stuff done at night, and I think that's done because of maybe the budget. It's like the two occurrences where Obi-Wan and Darth Vader fight it's in pitch black, and it's only the illumination of their lightsabers that give you any indication of what's going on. And I think again it makes good viewing, but I think again also that Darth Vader's a lot scarier in the darkness, when it's just him and his lightsaber, and it's a shame that we didn't have more outdoor. They didn't fight outdoors. The last fight, again, very murky, could barely see what was going on. Very murky. And another thing is the shaky cam. There's a lot of that, a lot of shaky when someone's talking. It shakes like they've filmed it on an iPhone and haven't got the image stabilisation on. Lock it down. You don't need to shake it. You can shake it when there's action and when they're fighting, but when people are doing monologues or just standing still, you don't need the camera doing that. It's a bit sick making. I can imagine there'll be people that don't like it. I can imagine there'll be people that love it. For, like I said, for a person of a certain generation that wanted to know, that little kid in me, it was good. And it was good to see, little Leia and little Luke, and we got a hello there at the end. And now you go, yeah, punch the air, woo, we did the thing. And then Qui-Gon turns up, he did the thing, and everything. Yeah, all the beats were hit. And I think it was really good fun. It was fun, there wasn't much to lose. And I think, that's why a lot of people, probably didn't like it. The stakes weren't particularly high, because we know Leia survives, we know that Obi-Wan survives. But I think the writer-director was clever in that they concentrated on Obi-Wan's journey, his transformation as somebody who was like broken into someone who's like, I'm back, baby. And that sets it up for the further adventures of Obi-Wan. And I'm kind of hoping they bring it back, because we could see him, off-world, off of Tatooine, doing different things, make it more like the way that The Mandalorian was, more of an episodic thing, with him helping different people every week, and of course Darth Vader being one step behind, a bit like the Incredible Hulk series back in the good old days, with Darth Vader being just one step behind. But yeah, I liked it. I thought it came from a good place, and I thought it was I think again it's the bad taste of the likes of Picard and the Book of Boba Fett, which again was only saved by the Mandalorian episodes. Again they aimed it just at the right level, just right. It wasn't too long, just right. Good performances. Everyone in it was great. I liked all the people that were in it. You had Rupert Friend was the Grand Inquisitor. Again, he didn't really get much time. He's just like I think he was just there to, glower at, I'm the bad guy, And yeah, but Moses Ingram I thought she did a good job as Reva Savand. A lot of people were giving a lot of grief online, but I thought she was great. I didn't have any problem with her performance, and she's a British actress, so even better. Kumail Nanjiani, he turns up again. He was in the Eternals. Now he's in this universe. It's amazing. And Indira Varma, who again from cult TV circles, was in Game of Thrones, I believe, and she turns up as a disillusioned Imperial officer. So yeah, there was some good. There's good, and of course you've got Joel Edgerton as Owen and Bonnie Pless as Beru. Beru is a badass. She really goes to town. It's good to see Jimmy Smits again, you know, and Ian McDermott turns up as well. Who'd have thunk it? But yeah, it was nice. It was a nice, pleasant show, and sets it up for series 2. I know McGregor and Christensen are kind of keen to do more, and again with the right stories and the right attitude, I think we could get, like I say, the further adventures of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I think that'd be really cool. And they don't even need to go near Luke and Leia. That's all been done. We've got those bits all sorted out. He doesn't need to revisit them for a while. And then if he goes off world and has adventures, you know, it would make sense for us when Star Wars, they go, oh, Ben Kenobi, I haven't heard that name for years, because he could be off-world having adventures, you know. So just putting it out there. If they use that idea, I hope they give me credit. No, they won't. But anyway, thanks for watching. I've been talking about, burbling on about Obi-Wan Kenobi, TV show that's been on Disney Plus, because Disney own everything. And I just thought it was good. You know, the fans got we got some nice fan service, not like the awful Boba Fett fan service, which I didn't like. They completely redrew the character as caring, sharing Boba Fett. I love everyone. Yeah, alright. Anyway, thanks for watching. There's only one more thing left to say by now. You should know what that is, and that is shut up.